Morning everyone, thanks as always for passing by the channel, much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. Don't forget as well, please, to like and share the videos. Thank you to everybody else and everyone who's been getting involved so far. And a happy new year to you all. 2021, it's a fresh start, it's a blank slate, a new beginning. And I hope you all had a good time at the new year. I certainly did. Drank a bit too much, so it's dry January for me, or at least I'm going to attempt it, shall we say. But New Year is off to a good start as well, with some good new boxing. So let's have a look. We'll make sure that 2020 was better than last year. I don't hope for it, I know it. But anyway, into the sport. So first one we had was Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell. I was very intrigued with this fight because I didn't really know who to go with. I went with Luke because he had the experience and he's a very underrated boxer. You know, he's got a huge amateur pedigree which people don't look at. And going into this fight, his only two losses were to Linares and Loma, who are two legit world champions, two killers. So I thought he was going to do well. I actually watched it. It was only $2.99, so I just downloaded it on DAZN and watched it. Really good. Luke got the knockdown in the second. I was literally like jumped down my seat when that happened. Like, I was like, what? Where did that come from? First time Ryan's ever been put down in his professional career. You could see Oscar De La Hoya on the sideline. Looked like he was about to have a damn blooming heart attack. But good fight. I had it going into round 7. I had it actually 3 apiece until Ryan got the win. Some people might have it 4-2 to Ryan, 5-1 to Ryan. I actually thought Loma boxed really well. The only problem was he didn't unload on him. He got that knockdown in the second, and I felt, you know, right, the natural thing is when you've got a wounded fighter in front of you, you unload on them and you just keep the pressure on. Luke didn't do that. Immediately, as soon as Ryan stood up, he hung back and like allowed. That was his ultimate demise, because Ryan came back into the fight, won by a beautiful body shot in the 7th round. Big win for him, huge step up from his last opponents as well, and puts him in that bracket of kind of in the conversation of those other fighters, but he's not there yet. Ryan is so flat-footed when he fights. So flat-footed. He has fast hands, but no foot movement at all. And his head movement makes him very hittable. So he looked good, but he still has a lot of work on. So for me, this is kind of like a progression. It's like a step towards him being the best version of himself. Luke was very wary of the counter-attack. He recognised Ryan's power immediately. Whereas Ryan just seemed to be unafraid. He had no fear at all. One thing I admire him for was how calm he was after being knocked down. You know, he immediately was like, okay, you know, he just got back up, and then it was like, how do I tackle coming back from this? That I can give him props for. Great body work from Luke. He was just doing so well. He was giving me Floyd versus Marquez vibes, you know, the way he was ducking underneath those shots from Ryan. I was really impressed with him. But he just didn't, he took his foot off the pedal and just didn't take the shot that was given to him. But Ryan, again, was mostly landed on Luke's gloves for a lot of the fight. You know, Luke was just teeing off of them, which is quite amateur. Unfortunately, judges like that, especially the DAZN judges, who they seem to have quite a affinity for golden boy fighters, shall we say. Ryan was definitely moving slower after that knockdown and the body work from Luke, which is what I really want to kind of highlight, because Luke's body work was fantastic. You know, this was, watching it, I was like, this shows why Luke is a world-class boxer. He's not elite, so he's not the top, you know, 2 of the division. That's Lopez and Loma, but he is a world-class boxer. There's a world champion in there. He's just not been able to achieve it. Like, much like Martin Murray, how it was like he just unlucky. He just came up against legit killers at the time. Luke Campbell's the same. you know, and Ryan for me is still a long way off his competition, should we say. Like, he's nowhere near Gervonta Davis level. He's absolutely nowhere near Lopez or Lomachenko. I know he called out Tank at the end of the fight. To me, that fight's a foregone conclusion if he gets that. Because he, like I said, he still has got a lot to work on. That body shot from him, though, I will give him credit for, because that was beautiful. You don't get up from them. Anyone who's ever done boxing before, like I have, knows that the body shot to what kill you, you know, because it's, the old stereotype is that it's all about taking it on the chin, but really it's the body shots which ruin you. They're really, really powerful, and they're really, really painful. It's almost like, feels like just like a knife, like you've been stabbed, and you just can't get up from it. Very good. It was very, very, very Canelo-esque the way he threw it. You know, like he kind of faked it. He didn't know where it was coming from. He kind of set it up, because Canelo likes to throw his from various different angles, the way he throws his punches. And obviously, you know, Ryan, he trains with Canelo, so he's going to be absorbing all that information. And maybe he's enjoying some of that Mexican beef. And yeah, Luke, I was eventually disappointed with, just because I felt he just did so well, and he could have won that. I'm just looking at that thing, Luke, you could have had your hand being raised. After the knockdown, he took his foot right off the pedal. That allowed Ryan to really rally and come back into the fight, because Luke fights too much like an amateur. He focuses too much on scoring points and winning rounds, rather than just going for the kill and getting the knockout. But credit to both. I really did enjoy the fight, because first one of 2021, first one of the new year, you know, put on a show. As I said, Ryan called out Tank. I think it's still too early to make that fight, because Tank is far more experienced, and that knockout that Tank got over Leo Santa Cruz was nothing short of beautiful. And he's more experienced as well, so I think Tank will sleep him. Same goes for Lopez and Loma. I think Loma destroys Ryan. Lopez destroys Ryan. The need to not rush. There's no need to rush, because he's a young lad. He's still got loads of time, loads and loads of time. So, and he has stuff to work on. Like I said, his foot movement's not good at all. So give him time. Some people have called for Ryan versus Devon. I mean, why not, right? I mean, Haney looked awful in his fight against Gamboa, and he has a belt as well. That would just elevate Ryan's status if he could win that belt of him. But personally, I think that should be the fight after his next one. I think he should fight a Richard Comey right now, and then afterwards gets the Devon fight. Then we'll see how he is in that, and then maybe we can talk about the more, you know, your Lopez and your Loma and your Gervonta Davis, because again, he's got so much time because he's such a young lad. Just give him the time. There's no need to rush him. No need to rush him at all. You know. As for Luke, I mean, Luke's kind of, by no fault of his own, kind of become a gatekeeper at 130. Sorry. It wouldn't surprise me if he retires after this, because I mean, he's made quite a bit of money. He's won a lot. Like, he's not been a world champion, but he's got loads of amateur medals and amateur world championships. So it wouldn't surprise me if he retired, and I'd be like, he's definitely the sort who will still be around in the boxing world. Like, he'll become a trainer or a coach or something like that. It would not surprise me. But credit to both of them. It was a great fight. It started 2021 off with a bang, which is exactly what I wanted, and I really enjoyed it. So good luck to Ryan, and good luck to Luke. There's definitely a future in that Ryan Garcia lad. He's going to be a pay-per-view star one day. It's just inevitable. He's popular. He's got like millions of Instagram followers and likes. And he's, you know, he's a bit brash and cocky, which is what they seem to like over there. So credit to him and good luck to him. But also, I want to say, can the UK fighters please up their game just a little bit? Because the Americans are laughing at us. We keep sending them over there, and they keep losing. You know, we sent Callum Smith over there against Canelo, didn't even win a round. We sent AJ over there, unbeaten, lost against Andy Ruiz, Amir Khan, Kell Brook, Anthony Crawler. We keep sending all these lads over to America, and they keep losing. The only exception of is the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. He's been doing it. He's been repping the Brits. I mean, I'm hopefully Josh Taylor can do the same if he goes over there and fights Ramirez. So here's to the Brits coming back. I mean, all the heavyweight belts are ours, so we've at least got that, I suppose. But we need to stop letting the Americans get wins over us. But thanks for watching the video. It's my first one of 2021. 2020 might have been a disaster for me, but one positive thing that came out of it was I started doing this, and I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really thankful for all of you who have been with us along the way, and I'll hopefully make a good few videos here and there, and hopefully more people enjoy them. Have a good new year. Let's make it a good one. It will be a good one. Wish you health, wealth, fortune, and good vibes for 2021. Peace and love, people.